All right, so in today's video, we're actually going over part 2 of my 3-part series on building your audience to help increase your sales and your rankings on Amazon. I'm Dr. Travis Ziegler, and in the next 20 to 30 minutes, I'm going to teach you, this is going to be more of a tactical, hands-on approach to creating a list inside Klaviyo, creating a flow inside Klaviyo, creating a landing page inside Zipify pages, creating a thank you page inside Zipify pages. We're then going to connect all of those together. And then an optional step is you can add an exit intent pop-up using Optimonk. And so we're going to jump right into the content today because there's a lot to go through. But just know that this may seem like a lot, but once you get this down, it's actually pretty easy. And it's not that hard to really do it. So the first step we're going to do is create a list inside Klaviyo. The reason I recommend Klaviyo is I've tried MailChimp, I've tried ConvertKit, I've tried Klaviyo, and all signs always point back to Klaviyo. Klaviyo is great because it integrates really well with Shopify. So if you use Shopify as a platform, it gives you tons of data. And so let's jump into creating a list. I'm actually going to scroll down to that section of this blog post. And this blog post will be down in the description below this video if you're watching this on YouTube. So we're going to scroll past the first part and we're just going to jump over to creating a list. So it's very easy to do. I give you step-by-step instructions on this blog post, but I'm also going to show you on this video as well. And if you click any of these accounts, that is an affiliate account for us, and then we get a commission. I'm not an affiliate for Klaviyo because I want to be an affiliate for Klaviyo. I'm an affiliate for Klaviyo because I love their software. So you're going to see how we use it and everything as well. So let's jump into Klaviyo. And this is what the dashboard looks like. I have it very zoomed in so you guys can see everything. But usually on your computer, it will be a little less zoomed in. So once you're here, your dashboard is the area that you'll start on. And then click on lists and segments, and that will bring up all your lists and segments. And as you can see, we have close to about 10 pages of lists because we do a lot of segments. So you can do repeat buyers and it will segment that out for you automatically. We set a thing for VIP customers of like $500 or more spent, 392 of those. Win back means they haven't bought from us in 6 months. So you can do a lot of things with this. We're just going to create a list though. So the difference between segments and lists is segments are done automatically. So you set terms and they segment it out for you. A list is something you're creating, and that's what we're doing with this free dry eye book or whatever your giveaway is. So what you do is come up here to the top right corner and hit create list and segment. We're going to create list, and then we're going to name our list. So I like to keep everything the same name when I'm going through this whole process. And so I'm going to title it lead magnet for what it is, and then free dry eye book. And then I'm going to put example in this. I'm going to put example 2 because example 1 is the one I was doing for the pictures. So you can make a tag if you want. You can make it like dry eye book, but a tag is just if you're going to start segmenting later on. I don't even segment yet, and we're a decent sized business, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. And then you click create list. And that's essentially it. That's how you create a list. So that's a very easy step, easy to do. And Klaviyo makes it very simple. So just kind of reviewing that, log into Klaviyo, click lists and segments, create list, create a list, and then name it. And then you're pretty much done. The same thing is true with a flow. And so we want to create a flow inside Klaviyo. So the same thing, we're going to log into our Klaviyo account. We're going to click flows. And I do tend to go a little fast. So if you're watching the replay of this, you can actually slow YouTube videos down to 0.75 or 0.5%. And that will actually help you go through it a little bit more. So once we're in flows, you can see we have a lot of flows. And what a flow is just a series of emails that when triggered, they go out. So you can see we have a welcome series and browse abandonment flow for $5 off. This is a pop-up that occurs in our product section that gives them $5 off. And if they purchase, it kicks them off this flow. And it's a series to try to get them to order by providing them value. And I can go through all these in a separate video, but just showing you how you use it. So our 1 ounce, when somebody buys our 1 ounce spray, we try to upsell them to a subscription about a month later. And so this is a 1 email flow. This is more like a 10 email flow. So in this example, we're just going to create a 3 email flow. So let's create flow. And what we're doing for this is more of a welcome series. We're trying to nurture somebody into buying from us and giving them their freebie. And so you can see all these integrations they have with Shopify. This is what's fun about Klaviyo. It integrates really well. But you can see all these types over here. And we're going to do a subscriber welcome. And that narrows it down to 3. And the nice thing about these is you can kind of check which one you want. but I'm just going to do a standard welcome series right here. This is a 3 email flow, and we'll talk about what we can put in these emails here in just a little bit. So I'm going to click welcome series, same name, free lead magnet, free dry eye book, tags, you can create a tag again, select a trigger. And so this trigger is very important. This is the list we created. And so when somebody subscribes to this list, they'll go into this flow. So I'm going to scroll down here and just hit create flow. Now I like this flow to be very quick. So the first email is immediate. So when someone subscribes to Lead Magnet, they get the first email right away. They have wait 3 days. I actually like to change this to 1 day. And I also like to not delay it. The reason I don't delay it until a specific time of day is because whenever the user signed up, it seems like they're most active online. So therefore, they're probably most likely to click on that email that time of day. So then I hit save, changes it to 1 day. Then I'm going to change this one to 1 day as well. And delay till a specified time, remove that. So we have a 3 email sequence. The goal of email 1, let me go back to my blog post. The goal of email 1 is to deliver. And so we're going to deliver what we want, what they signed up for. And so email 1 is going to be the dry eye ebook. Here's your dry eye ebook, or it could be a handout or a coupon or anything like that. So if you use a standard coupon on Amazon, you don't really need a coupon code necessarily. You can just send them send them to the listing. If you have a promotional code that you're using with Amazon, you give them the promotional code in the email. So keep it simple. What I've found with my email, and I am not a professional email marketer, but I consider myself decent at it, is that when you're creating these emails, the fewer links that you have in them, the better. The more likely you are to show up in the inbox. What we've noticed with ours is we had this template. It was beautiful. It had our logo on the top. It had home, about us, and story on the next line with 3 links. The logo on the top had a link to our homepage. Then we had a couple links in the body, and then we had links below in the PS. What we found is we were always ending up in the promotionals tab of Google. Now that we've switched to a 1-link email, we're actually showing up more in the inbox. And so less links is better, and try to get rid of the clicks and check this out and things like that, because that's very spammy and that triggers Gmail's promotionals tab. So let me go over an example of the first message, and then I'm going to put it into Klaviyo for you. So very simple. Subject, regarding free dry eye ebook. Here's your message. Hey, first name. This is a default thing, so it says their first name if you put that into your lead magnet. As promised, here's your free dry eye book. 1 link going to the deliverable. So here's the thank you page that I'm going to show you here in just a little bit. But click here to download it. And again, keep it simple. Ours goes to a Google Doc. And that's it. And then they can download it by going to File, Download PDF. So as promised, here's your free dry eye book. After you head to that page, there will be a download link at the top for you to read our book, Rethinking Dry Eye Treatment. How to read the book. Read it quickly all the way through. Then after reading the whole thing, read and take action on 1 chapter each week. The changes that are recommended are very simple, but they are far from easy. Isn't it time you get your life back and start feeling relief from dry eyes? Again, bringing up their problem that you're trying to solve. You can do this, and then encouraging them. Our mission is to help 1 million dry eye sufferers naturally, and I can't wait to hear about your successes after reading this book, One Love, My Name, CEO. So let me show you how to put this into Klaviyo. So we're going to come back over here to Klaviyo's flow. Here's email 1. We're going to click on that. I am not a fan of smart sending. Smart sending is just simply, it will tell you what it is right here. It will skip over recipients that have already received an email from you recently. That's so vague, I don't like it, so I turn it off. A lot of people keep it on, but I like to send a lot of emails, so I turn it off. UTM Tracking is if you sell on Shopify, it will actually track how much money you made off that email. Additional filters, that's kind of more advanced, but like that flow I showed you before, where if they subscribe to a list and then they, after subscribing to the list, they then purchase, you can kick them off the list, and that's what an additional filter can do. So let's go back into here. We're going to come up to these 3 little dots, hit edit. And then you can put your from name. You can actually default all this, and so that's why it's defaulted to my customer service email from my wife. And then I'm just gonna go back to that blog post that I already wrote it. I recommend always writing your emails outside of Klaviyo and then bringing them in. So for your dry book, you can put some preview text in here as well, and then edit content. And so you can see this is the kind of standard that they do. So I'm going to delete these by just highlighting it and deleting it. And then I'm going to get rid of the headline. And I'm also going to get rid of the social media links. Nobody ever clicks on them anyway. And the divider. All right, so what you're left with is just a simple email. And this will probably go away here in just a little bit. So let's head back to this, and here's the message. So we're gonna pull that down, copy it, and just paste it in. That's pretty much it. So what you can do over here is change the font, change the size. So let's make it a little smaller, maybe not quite that small. How I got that first name in there is pretty easy. You just come up here to property. So I'm going to insert property, and I'm just going to look for name. So search right here, first name. Perfect. And comma. And if you don't have a first name, just put hey there. And as promised, here's your dry book. So we're going to click save. Save and return. And then we're going to just take this from manual to live. That's pretty much it. So then let's do the other two real quick. Coming back over here, clicking edit. We'll go back to this blog post. Here's number 2, subject line, quick question. Kind of entices curiosity, and so that's why I use that. Save, edit. Let's delete all this again. Go back here. Message, hey, first name. Pretty simple message. Have you joined us in our private Facebook group, the Dry Eye Syndrome Support Community? This is a community of like-minded individuals that are all trying to heal their dry eyes. We discuss different treatments that are working. We do live videos and post helpful blog content. Blog posts. Join us today. Pretty simple. Let's copy and paste that over. Again, you can highlight everything, format it into better sizes to make it look better. And you can do the spacing. I'm not going to show you how to do that because it's pretty simple. It's just coming over here and maybe. And you can always change the source. So like if you notice spacing's weird, you can always try to reformat it. And there's probably just a formatting error from copying it over. And that's what you're seeing there. This button, you could leave it and maybe save that. Not really sure what this is, but that's okay. I'm just going to ignore that. All right, I'm not sure what, oh, I know what it is. It's because I didn't do this. I copy and pasted that over. That's why. So we'll do that again. Then we'll click save. There we go. All right, so join us. And you can put organizational URL there, or if you're sending them to a Facebook group, I'm going to get that link. And to get that link there, you just highlight it and just add a link right there. But to join us, you can put it right here. I'm going to put it right there. So that will link over, and you can change the color of this block right over here. Block styles, just changing like the color to like green or something. So pretty easy there. Let's go back and hit done. Then we'll make that one live. Finally, the third one, I'm actually going to show you something else so I don't have to delete all those again. I'm going to delete email 3, and I'm actually going to copy email 2 and drag it down here. And the reason I did that is so I don't have to delete everything again. So let's go over here to email 3, the best kept secret in dry eye. So again, best kept secret in dry eye, enticing, wants them to click, they're a dry eye sufferer. I won't read this one, I'll let you go to the blog post to read this one, but I'm just gonna copy it over. So this just talks about how cleaner eyelids help with dry eye and what you should be using for your cleaner eyelids. And that's essentially what a lot of the products that we sell. So it's right there. So again, very simple. Let's delete this button. Very simple email. Make it look conversational, like it's coming from a friend. All right, so save and return. So we have our email sequence set. We'll make that one live too. So we have all of them live. I'm gonna change the name of this flow just to put a star to differentiate between my other one that I made for the pictures. All right, so we've created our flow. That can take a little time just to write the copy, but feel free to copy mine and just customize it to yours. So there's 3 email sequence. And what I do with this email is it's kind of like a welcome email. So whenever I create a blog post or something like that, I'll actually add it to this email. And you guys have probably noticed that if you're on my list for this Amazon PPC course, is that it keeps dripping things out continuously and it keeps giving you my blog posts. So every time I write a blog post, I add it to the end of that email sequence by I copy this, bring it down, and then what I'll do is instead of waiting 1 day, I'll start to space it out a little bit to 4 to 7 days. And then I'll copy this email, and then I'll add my latest blog post right here. And that continuously gets people back on your blog, back engaged with your brand, back on your pages, so you can then retarget them elsewhere. So just getting them more involved and getting them to see more and more of your content. Again, turn off the smart sending. I didn't do that here. But so to review, we've created the list and we've created the flow. So Klaviyo is pretty much set. So now we're going to create landing pages inside Zipify Pages. Zipify Pages is an app that is made by Smart Marketer, Ezra Firestone's company. He has a $23 million e-commerce company, so they kind of know what they're doing. And I love Zipify Pages because it is so customizable. It's the best landing page. And as I stated here, I've tried lead pages, I've tried ClickFunnels, I've tried Kajabi, I've tried Entreport, and also regular Shopify pages. And nothing compares to Zipify Pages. It is by far the best landing page software that's out there. Again, I am an affiliate for Zipify Pages. I became an affiliate because I use it excessively. If you want to see how much I use it, here are all my landing pages that I have created since I've started using it. And we also use their blog functionality, which is this right here. You can see all the blogs we've created. And I think this is only page 1. We've been using this for about 2 years nonstop. It's just that good of a software. You can actually build your whole platform around Zipify Pages. You don't even need a theme from Shopify because you can use Zipify Pages. They do split testing, they have stats, they have everything. So what I'm going to show you today is how to create that landing page, and then we're going to create a thank you page, and then we're going to connect all this stuff together. So the first thing we want to do is create that landing page, and I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent here on a side note. Zipify Pages also makes one-click upsell. Again, all these links are down in the comments below this YouTube video, or in the blog article if you're watching this on the blog. One-click upsell is, if you're getting sales on your Shopify store and you're not using one-click upsell, you are leaving tons of money on the table. One-click upsell is a post-purchase automation, post-purchase upsell sequence. So you've heard of funnels. This is the easiest way to create a funnel inside your business. And so I'm going to use Pit Polish as an example because I talked to her about it last week. She's only on Shopify, only has one product, but that's okay because people want to buy more of that product. And so if somebody buys your product, natural deodorant, and after they check out, you give them an upsell of 3 more, the same scent, the same jar, but you give them a 10 to 20% discount, most of the people will buy that, hands down. And maybe not most of them, but 20% will. And you've just doubled or tripled your order value. And so one-click upsell, if you're taking orders on Shopify, you need to install this ASAP. And if you get it through my link, you'll of course buy me a cup of coffee as well. So back to landing pages with Zipify Pages. So what we're going to do is you need to first sign up for Zipify Pages. So click that link right here, go to Zipify Pages. And after you log in and sign up for an account, you'll then go into your apps menu inside Shopify, and it's all the way down at the bottom. So you can see Zipify Pages and one-click upsell right here and right here. This is what it looks like. And what we're going to do is we're going to first create the landing page. And so we're going to come back here, click New Page. And what Ezra does is he has a lot of templates from his brand, Boom, by Cindy Joseph. We're going to do a landing page. And my actual favorite one for what we're going to do is actually he has a thing called a waitlist. Right here, sold out, join waitlist. So click that, and we're going to select this first one for the landing page, and we're going to pick the second one for the thank you page. So we're going to use template. Again, our lead magnet, free dry eye ebook. You can add a tag if you want. Sold out, out of stock. Put like lead magnet. Oops. And dry eye book. Not needed necessarily, but you can. Hit create, and this comes up. And so this is an extremely, extremely simple landing page. When you have a landing page, you want to make it so it's it gives the person the option of one or two things. Put your email in or leave. You don't want them to be able to click other things. So I actually like to get rid of pretty much everything that doesn't go to that mission. And so we're going to create a very, very simple landing page. I'm going to change this photo to one of ours, to what they're getting, which is a free dry eye book. I know I already had this uploaded, so I'm going to try to find it real quick. If I can't find it, let's see, there it is. All right, so here's some dry eye book emails, or excuse me, pictures. So there you go. Pretty simple. And so we're just going to write some copy. I'm just going to show you what mine looks like and copy it from there. And I actually mentioned this last week that I actually need to update this because it looks kind of, I don't know, not up to my standards. But what we're going to do is just kind of put some copy in there, make it a header too maybe. And there we go. I copied over the button, so I'm going to delete that. Oops. Okay. And then we'll just do some quick copy real quick here. Again, you can copy this and I'll have examples in the blog post. Okay. And that looks really funky, but that's okay. We're gonna delete all that. And again, the completely customizable landing page. So I'm gonna make this a header 2, make this maybe a header 4, this a header 4, and then all of these, this is like a bullet point. Maybe you'll left align it. So it's just like playing with, you know, Microsoft Word or Google Docs or anything like that. Let's get that left aligned. All right. Very simple landing page. Get your free dry eye book or leave. Enter email address here. Join the waitlist. This is how you customize your button and your form options. What we need to do first is we need to connect Klaviyo to your Zipify pages, which is actually a very simple process. So this automatically saves. So I'm going to go back out of this. You're going to come down here to settings, CRMs, and you're going to find which one you have. You can see I already have my private Klaviyo API key, and I already connected it. So I pasted it into here and connected it. How you find your private API key, I'm going to go into this a little bit, but I'm not going to go completely because I don't want to show you any of my API keys. But you come down here, or come up here to your name and click Account, Setting, API Keys. I'm going to try to open this. I think it's going to show. Actually, no, I'm not, because it will show. I'm going to go back to the blog. So after you hit API Keys, let's see, it's right up here. Oh, I think this is in my connection area. Yeah. Here we go. Connect landing pages. So once you click API keys, private API keys comes up and you can create a new one. once you create a new one, I name it. So I named it Zipify Pages. I took this right here, I copy it and paste it into Klaviyo right there and hit connect. That's it. Pretty easy to do. So now that we've connected it, let's go back to our Zipify page. So we have it right here. One thing I like to do is I still like to use the theme from my Shopify theme. So that's your header and your footer and everything. So you don't have to worry about putting your contact us and everything down here. So when you come over here, you can come down all the way to here to layouts and use theme header and footer. What you'll see is this pop up right here and right here. And what that will look like is it will look like our theme now, which you can see right here. So that's our footer. There's our header right here. All right, so after we've done that, we then want to have them put in their email. So put the call to action. All right, so get free dry ebook. Your button color should be different from the rest of your theme's color. You can customize it. You can make it all the way across. You can make it large. You can make it rounded. You know, you can pretty much do whatever you want. You can center it, and you can make the text bigger. So I'm gonna hit save, but you can see, oh, I haven't done anything to the CRM. So what you do is you come up here to form options. Now we're gonna select our CRM. So if you connected it correctly, you'll click here. Klaviyo will come up. Then you're gonna select that mailing list that we made earlier. So lead magnet, free dry eye course, or free dry eye book, example 2. Email, if you wanna do first thing, you can. You don't have to make it required. This will lower your conversion rate a little bit, but not much. GDPR, I just keep it on. And then go all the way down here. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna direct visitors to a previously created page. Now, we have to create the thank you page first, and then we have to come back in here and do that. But I did create it beforehand. You can also leave visitors on the same page, which you can do as well, or you can direct them to an external URL. So either way, a previously created page is inside Zipify Pages. And so you can see my thank you page right here. Sending confirmation, yes. All right, so you can see it popped up right there. Looks pretty good. So very simple landing page, and you can customize this, make it look good, do whatever you need to do. We then want to change the meta title. This is what shows up when you copy and paste it somewhere. So free dry eye ebook, rethinking dry eye treatment. We know you've tried everything, but probably not this, ... And then free dry eye ebook, slug. And you can hide that if you want. And then you can put a picture over here as well, or it will pull in the first picture that you put on there. All right, so that looks pretty good. So you can publish it now. I'm not gonna publish it, obviously, because I don't want it to go on my page. I did publish my thank you page because I had to publish it in order for it to show up for this. But this is how you publish it right here. And then this is what it's gonna look like. So you can preview it. Very simple, don't get overcomplicated. All right, so let's jump into thank you page. So we're gonna do the same thing, new page, landing page, find that same template, and then hit thank you page right there. And then we're gonna hit use template. I've already got one created, so I'm gonna go back over to that one. And so fantastic, you're in. Thanks for signing up. We'll let you know as soon as Boom Calm is available again in our store. In the meantime, you can check this out. So you can, again, this is your call to action area. And so you're gonna deliver your value, but then you also want to call them to action to purchase maybe one of your products. And so we've talked about Pit Paste already. Pit Paste is a natural deodorant, and we're gonna do the 7 ways to detox your body. And so number 1 is aluminum. So you may even have that on this article. So let me show you an example of that. I'm gonna show you some examples, then we'll come back to this. So I have a lead magnet. Learn the 7 triggers and treatments for rosacea. Learn the best 7 triggers and treatments for rosacea. They enter their email address. It comes to this page. This page isn't quite finished yet. But what is rosacea? Rosacea treatment. A little quote here. in our book, Rethinking Dry Eye Treatment, that's one call to action that we want them to do. Buy the book. Also want them to buy our omega-3. Goes over to Amazon to purchase. Also want them to buy a fit test. That's on our website. And then finally, good face and eyelid hygiene. So we talk extensively about good face and eyelid hygiene. This is our product. This is our product. This is our product. This is our product. Yep, that's our product. This is our product. Don't know why it's going to that one, but that needs fixed. And then sunglasses, our product. Nope, not our product. Just a high-end pair to help pay for it, because these are affiliate links. We also went internal link to an interview we did about rosacea treatment. Find out what doesn't work for you and avoid those things. So we're just trying to make the blog look a little better. Again, a lot of our products. And you bet I'm gonna advertise to this and advertise to the email, but that's an example of a thank you page. They're opting in to get something. You don't have to make a book out of it. You can just make a blog post out of it and make it guarded. Not even make it guarded. Just make them put in their email to get information. Let me show you this one. I think I showed it to you last week, but I'll show it to you again. So that's what it looks like. So click here to download it. Would you rather have the paperback version? Also join the Facebook community. So I'm trying to get them on another list, our Facebook community, but I'm also trying to get them to buy our Rethinking Dry Eye Treatment book for free if they buy one of our products. And then I have some reviews, and that's it. Pretty easy thank you page. So let's go back to the thank you page that's in here. I think I had one more that I want to show you actually. Let me go grab that one. I think it's up here. Here's another example. Mail and rebate that we're doing. So people can purchase this product on Amazon, and then they download 100% mail and rebate that they have to mail in to us, and they receive the gift card back in the mail. It's pretty easy to do. And they have to put their email in. So that's how we get their email address for that. All right, so we've connected Klaviyo, we've connected Zipify. Let's go over to the thank you page. Let me see if that's below here. No, okay. That's connecting it all. Let me show you the thank you page examples. Here we go. All right, so examples for thank you page. I showed you the free dry eye book. Mail and rebate looks like this. Pretty simple. And then the rosacea article, I already showed you that one. So we've already connected our flow and our list together with our landing page. Now what we're going to do is show you how to add an exit intent pop-up using Optimonk. Again, same thing with Optimonk. I've used tons of pop-up softwares. Optimonk is not the least expensive, but they're the most valuable pop-up I've ever used. I've used plenty of pop-up softwares. Optimonk is the only thing that really connects well, and it does a far superior job than the rest that are out there. And so now what we need to do is integrate Optimonk with Shopify. I say this is an optional test. This will increase your conversion. This will increase your list size because Optimonk is another software that you have to buy. Zipify Pages and Klaviyo are the two that are most important. Optimonk, if you have it in your budget, get this as well. The beautiful thing about Optimonk, though, is that you can use it on more than one website. So we have about 10 websites that we own and run. Only one being e-commerce, Shopify. The rest are affiliate websites. And we use Optimonk for all of them. And so we get to split the cost between them. So click here to create your Optimonk account. And that link will be down in the description down below. Or if you're reading this blog, it's down below as well. After you've created your Optimonk account, it's going to look like this. You're going to click your little TZ or whatever your initials are down here. Go to Settings. You're going to come down here to Insert Code. After you insert code, you're going to come over here to Shopify. Here in Shopify, you can either send it to your developer, or you can just find more details after you've created your account to then download the app. And then it shows up in your Shopify app store. It's called Exit Intent and Messenger Pop-up. So when you click on that, it will pull it up right here. And then next, what we want to do is integrate them. And so we need to integrate Shopify with your Klaviyo account and create your exit intent. So let's go back to home. And you can see just this past week, 41,492 people have seen my pop-ups with a 1.75% conversion rate, 725 conversions during that time. Pretty significant. And you can split test it and try to get these conversion rates up. But I will take 100 new conversions or 100 new email leads a day anytime. This is 3 years in the making, 2.5 years in the making, that we've been working the strategy that I'm teaching you. We come out with a new post every week, sometimes twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. Every post gets a pop-up and gets traffic driven to it, which I'm going to go over next week, is the traffic strategy. So what you want to do with this is you want to click New Campaign. We're going to do a pop-up, and we want to capture email subscribers. You can see there are a ton of templates. If you're trying to keep them on your Shopify store, or if you're trying to get them to use a promotional code on Amazon, Spin the Wheel is amazing. What it does is you can do different discounts, like 10 to 20 to 30% off your product, and do promo codes. And you can choose how much to allocate to each one. So you can do 95% get a 10% discount, 3% get a 20% discount, and then 2% get a 30% discount. And then they have to put in their email to spin. I haven't tried it yet on my own personal store, but results from others have been phenomenal regarding it works so incredibly well. I'm just going to show you this one, and you can preview them too to see them. There's a main page, a thank you, and a teaser, and I'll go over what each one of those is. So once you've connected your domain to Optimonk, you can then see all the domains that are in here. So we use it on 5, and then we're just going to call it the same thing, lead magnet, and then free dry ebook. Click next. And so this is, again, completely customizable. And so what I'm going to do is change the picture to a picture we already have. So you can upload it obviously here, but I'm going to use an image. And then you can make it smaller. So we'll make it fit a little better. Align center. I don't know why it's up so high, but that's just weird. There we go. Let's try that. I don't know. So we can put free dry eye ebook. Enter your email for immediate access to our dry eye ebook. Subscribe now. We can change that. So the conversion will be reported as the next page. You can also make it jump to a certain page, redirect, call, or just close this dialog. If they're on your landing page, I recommend them going to your thank you page. So you can redirect. Let's go back to Zipify pages. We'll find our thank you page. Let's click it to open. Here it is. We'll go back to here and put it right in there. So then you don't even have to worry about doing a thank you page right here. So we can actually delete that. But just to show you what a thank you page is, it's just simply that. And you could put a download link right there. I'm going to delete that. Subscribe now. Let's change the wording. Let's put get free dry eye ebook. And then again, you can change the colors, you can change the input, all that stuff. Teaser is just this little button right here. So you can change where it shows up before the pop-up display, when the pop-up is closed. You can make it bigger, smaller. I like the round dot. I think I'll show it to you real quick. So I have this popping up on all my blogs. Let me see here. So there's the pop-up. Doesn't look like it's going to show up. let me go back to home. And let's see, it's not showing up right now. There it is. So get $5 off. You can see you can make it jump. And when they click it, take $5 off your first order. So that's the welcome one I showed you earlier. All right, so back to this. You can change that teaser however you want. So subscribe now, free dry eye book. So they click it. And then you can change the colors and everything. So here's the animation, attention seeker, it can bounce, it can pulse. Background, we can make it gradient, blue to purple or blue to white. There you go. Looks great. Then main page again. This will close or redirect after they enter their email. We're then gonna click next. And so what we're gonna do here is you want it to show up on exit intent. I also like to add a couple new triggers. One of the triggers is after 50% scrolling on both devices. Add new trigger again, and after X seconds. So after about 7 seconds, I like it to pop up. Finally, who to show. I like to show it more than 2 times per hour. So what this means is if somebody comes to your website and they click off of it or enter their email address, they won't see it again for an hour, and they'll only see it twice overall time. I like to do like 10 times because I like to constantly be in their ear. And I like to add one new condition because you want it to show up only on this lead page. You can have it show up everywhere. So, but if you only want it to show up on this lead page, you're going to click current URL equals, and then you're going to find that URL of your thank you page right here. And obviously it's going to be better than this, and it will be a different URL according to your domain. And then you put it right in here. Nope, contains that. And it will contain whatever it needs to pop up there. So like to give you an example of how I use this, so I don't have to create a new pop-up for every single thing that's on my blog. How I do this is up here in the URL, you can see this popped up. I put blogs/dry eye. And so this free dry eye book always pops up for anything that contains that. Click save. And that's pretty much it for that. And then add new integration. This is where you'll integrate with Klaviyo. So we'll add new integration. I don't think I can click this. I'm gonna have to go back to the blog. So it's got my private APIs in there again. So what you'll do is all the way down here, add new integration, go back to Klaviyo, get your private API again, name it Optimonk, come back into here. We're gonna add an integration inside Optimonk. So after I click add integrations, this is gonna pop up. You're gonna click Klaviyo. Then you're gonna click name it Klaviyo and then paste your private key there. Then to connect it to the specific list, you're gonna come back out here, go to add new integration. You're gonna find that Klaviyo one you just named. You're gonna click on that, and then you're gonna find that list. After you do all of that, all we need to do now is activate it. So we'll go back out here. Oops, let's go to next. And you just activate it right here. All right, so part 3 next week is the Mecca. This is what you guys have been waiting for. I want you to do, so for part 2, I want you to create all this. So go back to the blog post, which I'll post in the community, and I'll also post it below this video. Walk through step by step, get these steps done. You just saw it took me 45 minutes of going very slow and integrating everything together. You can do this in an hour. It doesn't take that long to do. Maybe 2 hours. And this could be the single most important thing you do in your business. Next week, what we're gonna be talking about is driving traffic with Google Ads or Facebook ads. I'm gonna be focusing on Google Ads, and I'll kind of give you a little snippet of how you can integrate Facebook ads in it as well. I'm not going to show you Facebook ads though next week. I'm also going to show you what you can do to serve your audience in the future. If you have any questions over anything I went over in this video, make sure you put it down in the comments below. And while you're down there, hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell to be notified whenever we come out with great videos like this one.